Welcome to the Mental Medical Bob Show. I'm your host, Mental Medical Bob. Today we're talking about, drumroll please, cocaine! And now welcoming our first guest, Dohnny Jeep! So Dohnny, your wife said that you were a bad guy, and then you sued her, and you won, but Disney still doesn't like you, so they won't let you keep being a pirate. How much of the blame for this would you put on your cocaine habit?
Cocaine caused me to act irrationally towards me wife and Disney producers. I pissed everybody off around me, and now I have no wife, no pirate job, and no friends.
Oof, cocaine sure sounds like a bad drug that made you a bad guy. You should stop doing cocaine.
Well, I wish me could stop. It's very hard to stop, and it makes me feel good inside. It provides high levels of dopamine, and over time me built a tolerance towards it. It became very hard to learn new things, and my judgment became skewed. I couldn't remember things well, and I was always stressed. Almost immediately after snorting cocaine, my pupils became dilated. I was very energetic, talkative, mentally alert, and hypersensitive to sounds.
That sounds terrible. Why don't you stop?
Like I said before, it's very hard to quit. When I first took it, all my pain went away, and I felt so high, and it was such a off-the-ground feeling. When I first took it, I was in a bad place mentally, and it made me feel better and forget about everything else.
Oof. Anyways, that's your time. Let's move on to the next guest. Drum roll, please. Tem Allin! How did your family know you were on cocaine?
Cocaine almost destroyed my life. Thankfully, I managed to overcome my addiction and become a terrible handyman with a terrible tool show. And then later, I became an astronaut.
Well, what clues led to your family to find out?
Well, I had many burn marks on my hands. I had many plastic baggies laying around my apartment. My teeth started to deteriorate, and I started stinking. I also was constantly leaving social situations to go snort some cocaine.
Oof. Time to move on to our next guest. Drum roll, please. Homas the Tank Engine! So, Homas, as we all know, you are a cowboy who cosplayed as a train in the hit musical Starkite Express. Something some of us may not know, however, is that you have been good friends with Tem Allin since the cocaine days. Tell us about what cocaine did to your good friend.
Well, he was not fun to be around. He was always snorting some powder. I was very worried about him, as it is deadly. Nearly 20,000 Americans died from a cocaine-related incident in 2020. However, I was eventually able to get him some help. There are many places to get help for drug addiction. In Michigan, where Tem Allin is from, there is Advanced Rapid Detox in Detroit, Henry Ford Maple Grove in West Bloomfield Township, Non-Farm Sparrow Recovery Center in Ann Arbor, Community Healing Center in Kalamazoo Township, Life Science RTD Services LLC in Rapid Drug Detox in Royal Oak.
Well, so many options. Your time is up, so it's time to move on to our next guest. Drum roll, please. Prew Dinsky! Prew Dinsky hosted a radio show about addiction, so he is kind of an expert.
Indeed I am, Bob. Over 108,000 people died of drug overdose in 2021. Around 1.16 million Americans go to jail for drug-related reasons every year. In 2021, there was over 99,000 CBP drug seizures in the U.S., and in 2021, roughly 1.7 Americans used cocaine. Roughly 1.5 of high school seniors used cocaine. You can say no to friends offering drugs by making an excuse, using humor, changing the subject, act like you're busy, or just say no firmly.
Anyways, it's time to move on to our final guest. You know him, you love him, you've all been waiting for him. Ladies, gentlemen, and everything in between, it's Big Al Jr. So, as you are a cocaine dealer, what exactly is cocaine?
I am no such dealer.
Well, purely hypothetical. If your burger restaurant was secretly a corrupt burger restaurant with ties to the mafia, and one of its functions was to distribute cocaine, how would you sneak it into a meal?
Well, as long as it's hypothetical. Because cocaine is made from the leaves of coke, then soaked and mixed with many solvents to extract the cocaine hydrochloride, I, hypothetically, have the leaves shipped to my hypothetical kitchen and go through that process. Then I, hypothetically, press the crystalline powder into bricks and sell them as white cheddar crackers. For legal reasons, can this episode be categorized as fiction?
Sure.
Great.
So, what does it look like? Oh, I see. Is it medicinal?
Some doctors use it for a local anesthesia, but recreational cocaine use is illegal.
Man, I do love me some coke. Oh, don't you mean zip? I call it blow.
Jeez, guys, stop snorting that stuff. Anyways, how do you know so much about this?
You know.
Well, no, I don't. Oh, I'm getting the light. Your time is up. Thank you for coming out. Well, everyone, this is the end of the episode. I hope everyone learned something.